If you've ever owned property, you know that the gate is the first thing you deal with every single visit. Today we're upgrading ours with the Topens automatic gate opener, and we'll show you every step of the installation along with the mistakes and surprises we ran into. Welcome to our ranch adventures. Right, so the wonderful people over at Topens sent us this automatic gate opener.
It can be hardwired into electrical, but we are going to do solar powered.
That is correct, Tony. That is what we are going to do. So without further ado, let's open this bad boy up and get started.
Let's do it.
Remember, don't get bloody. Cut towards your buddy.
Oh, thanks.
All right, so we've got our handy dandy instructions with a few gizwizzies and gadgets in there. These are the linear actuators that will go on each gate. Nice enclosure. They look really nice. The second linear actuator, because we are doing a double gate system. All right, 25 feet of extension cable. This is for our second actuator because the controls are only going to be on one side, so we'll have to run from one side to the other. Feels like hardware, y'all. Got all kinds of hardware. It's all galvanized. So we got 3 solar panels here. Here's a mounting hardware kit. This says for the solar panels. Look, everything is conveniently marked on the box. This is our uninterrupted power supply. It's the control box. Okay, folks, as you know, I don't usually use the instruction manual, but on this one, I'm going to use the instruction manual. Nice thick manual. All right, guys, in a previous video, we did some prep work, and we'll put a link to that video up here somewhere. It'll be there somewhere. We added these fence wings, and that's so that we'll have a place to add the control boxes and the power supply and things. The other thing we needed to do was make sure that our gates are level. So that's an important step. Make sure your gates are level before you start installing.
That looks like fun.
Doesn't it? All right, for the first step, I went ahead and sorted all the parts that I needed out of the bag so we can start assembling the brackets that are gonna mount the actuator to the post. All right, so I got my bolt with the washer on there. The first one we're gonna go through all the way. And now we're gonna get another washer on this end, and then we're gonna throw a lock washer on that bad boy and put a nut on there. On the next one, we're gonna move these up to here, and these could need adjusted later in the assembly. We're gonna put a bushing in there. Took a little persuasion, but we got it. Got that, you're gonna drop your washer on, your lock washer, and start your nut. All right, so I think I'm going to try to line the linear actuator up with this rail right here, so the third one up from the bottom. So I've got some clamps here that I'm going to just kind of temporarily clamp this, and we're going to set the actuator on there.
All right, so we actually needed the bushing on both of these, so we're just going to slide this bushing in and then add it here.
Remember, we do it nice because we do it twice.
Not a biggie. Not a biggie at all.
Okay, I'm going to take my linear actuator now, and I'm going to put the gate bracket on there. That's just a pin, got a hole in the bottom. It's going to drop through the bracket and the linear actuator. On this side, we're just going to install the keeper pin like that. Have another longer pin here and another keeper pin. We're going to put this on there after I've secured it to the gate with a clamp. Give it a little shimmy jimmy. All right, so it comes with a little key here. What this does is it unlocks the actuator. So I've turned that, and now I should be able to pull this actuator out. That looks like the end of stroke there. And what we want to do is kind of estimate where this is going to be.
All right, so that is secured to the gate. Now we're just going to check for level here. Perfect.
Looks like about 5.5 inches. So based on the instructions, we calculated the angle of the swing of the gate, and we should be right at 92 degrees based on the measurements we got. So we're going to go ahead and mark our holes for right here, and we're going to go ahead and mount these brackets. Looks pretty good to me. All right, so we got our holes marked. We're going to drill this one, then we're going to use the bracket and mark where the other 2 holes are going to be. Just gonna start that right in the center there. Try to get this as level and straight as it possibly can.
If that's all the way in, it doesn't come out the other side.
I might have to go get some lag screws or some longer bolts. So you see what had happened was I just assumed that the bolts were gonna work without checking them in the kit because I didn't open them up beforehand. And they're too short. So we're on a 30-40 minute one-way drive to the closest hardware store that has some bolts so that we can get the bolts and we can finish this install. Hopefully everything else goes smoothly. I should have verified this, so you know, bet on me.
All right, let's go get some bolts. And given the opportunity, I take advantage of the indoor plumbing. It's pretty funny. Y'all, this is killing me. These bolts are like 4 times more expensive and I'm super cheap, but it is what it is. We're in the middle of a small town. You do what you gotta do, but.
Y'all have a wonderful day.
You too, thank you. Ooh, maybe.
Do you have the nuts?
Well, shoot.
Yep.
Okay, so all the things are attached, so now we're just gonna put the actuator on and see if it works.
Looks good.
When we packed everything up to go to town to buy new bolts, we misplaced our permanent marker, so we're trying to improvise.
I just bought a brand new one and it's red, so I wouldn't lose it. It didn't work.
You lost it. Your side comes up. All right, so now we just repeat the same process on this side. Well, this post appears to be thicker than the other one because these bolts are not coming through.
Unfreaking believable. Other flipping screws are too flippity flopping short. I measured that post, which apparently is a different diameter than this post.
Good stuff.
Holy crap. That one is bigger than this one. This one measures 5.5 inches. That one measured 6 inches. Bought the bolts based on the size of this one. When we go to do the install over there, we find out that it does not work. So Ace Hardware has the bolts that are like this, so they're not threaded far enough. If we go to a 7-inch, we're worried that the thread isn't going to be deep enough that we can make it all the way down to where we need to be.
Which was a great catch, so good on you.
So what we're going to have to do is make even a longer drive.
So this time we have to go an hour away instead of just a half hour away. But you know what? It's hot. Let's get out of the sun and go for a nice drive.
Yeah, instead of fixing us a sandwich, we might buy us a burger or something. I don't know. But anyway, so we're back at the freaking bolts again.
Here we go. All right, we're off. It's part of the issue of being so far away is that when you need something, it takes a minute. But
better planning is required. And Tony should have read the instructions more in depth.
I'm sorry. I take full responsibility.
Making a 2-hour round trip down.
Someone's got road rage.
They're doing 60 miles an hour in a 70. sorry your Prius can't go that fast, but get out of my way.
Totally must be for us. Indoor plumbing twice in one day. It's like I'm living the life of luxury. That would look good in the shop. What you got there?
2 markers in case I lose one again.
And all the things.
All right, so we're back at it. It's the heat of the day. It's almost 100 degrees. Luckily, one of our viewers, Abby, recommended that we get some freezer neck rolls. So we just pulled these out of the freezer. Going to keep us nice and cool. Appreciate it, Abby. Thank you for the suggestion. All right, just for continuity, we're going to go ahead and remove these bolts. Even though they pretty much worked, they're still just a little bit shy of being able to reach to the end of that nut. So we're going to take these out and we'll put the 8-inch ones on each of them. And then we will cut off the excess.
So I'm just going to pull 2 and then...
That way we keep the place marker held. Yep. Good idea. All right, and unlike the ones we bought from Ace, these ones are threaded all the way down, so that will be helpful and we can adjust the size accordingly. The lock nut. Since the side is done, we're just going to go ahead and tighten up everything. Much better. Level?
Yep. I need you to kind of help me keep this level and...
Okay, put your butt down. Yep.
There?
Yep.
Okay, so now we have it secured to the post. Now we're just drilling a hole through the gate here so that we can secure the other end. I'm just doing one hole at a time in case we slipped. I'll put a bolt in this, tighten it up, and then I'll drill the other hole.
Level looks good. Butt down. These are not lined up, so we're going to make some adjustments. Ooh. So we switched it over 1 notch, which is why they have multiple notches on them so that you can make adjustments. They line up great now. All is well.
These do have limit switches on them, and it's electronic limit switch, so we will set those. We'll adjust those when we're all done and everything's hooked up. Just to make sure that we've got everything nice and even on the front, but these look really good where we have them now. Now it's time to mount the control box and the uninterrupted power supply. And we're gonna open these up and got some nifty wires and stuff. That's what we're looking at for the uninterrupted power supply right there, good boys and girls.
And that is either a 110 or can be solar powered.
24 volt DC with the solar charger, correct. This is the control module or the control box. This is where the fun wiring happens. All right, I don't know what's in these little boxes, but let's check it out, guys.
By the way, I found the pin. It was in my pocket. That's my bad.
Oh, look at that.
Remote, yay!
The audio gremlins got our audio here, but what I was talking about is the Topens kit requires a battery supply that is not provided. I was able to find one on Amazon that comes with 2 12-volt batteries, the wiring to wire it in series, and a steel storage box to mount for an outside gate opener. We'll put a link in the description below.
You want me to hold it?
Yes, please.
Bueno, bueno. Yep. Go ahead.
The battery box, one battery stacks there and another one stacks there. It does come with the jumper wire to make it 24 volt. I need to go over here and grab the other battery though. All right, so to do this in series, I got to take this jumper right here and I'm going to go on the positive terminal here. There we go. It's going to go on a positive there. And then this side is going to go on a negative terminal. And that's what gives you the series. for 24 volts. So this one's on positive, this one's on negative. Now we're in series. I'll put that in there. Okay. Now I've got these two here. Now I'm going to take this positive one here and we're going to put it right there. Okay. And now we're going to take this negative one right here. Nice. This kit is really nice because you've got everything you need to do this. Little persuasion, she's good. This also already has the inline fuse in here, guys, which is super nice.
So that all just gets tucked away in?
Yep, that gets tucked away in there, and then I'm going to put the lid on there just to cover that up. Like I said, this box did come with a little padlock and a key too, so we can throw that on there since the batteries and stuff are kind of expensive. This box here, this is the uninterrupted power supply. Is that good?
I think so. Fun stuff right there. Okay, so that looks different than anything we've seen. It's kind of fancy. Cool.
Should be exciting.
All right, now we're gonna see if there's enough room to mount this where we want it or if we're gonna have to drop it down. So you're gonna need to be able to undo each of those caps. You think you have room?
Down here? Mm-hmm. Yeah, as long as, and I should have room there too.
Okay, cool.
It's gonna be tight, but.
The power tower. We pulled that one. Now we just have to connect them and it tells you the colors and the order that they go in, so that's handy. Sean went to go find a screwdriver small enough to go into that breaker box.
Need to have a like a potentiometer screwdriver to fit in there. It is pretty small. All right, look good.
Yeah, a little snug, make sure they're tight, and we're good to go. And that is the wire that connected to this arm.
Threading this through the PVC is going to be easy as long as you ignore the first 15 minutes of frustration.
Let's find out if that's true. All right, so let's make sure we got enough PVC pipe. A little bit short, but good enough, eh?
I'm bunched up somewhere.
All right, cool.
Don't pull too much.
Ba-bam! High five! Oh, don't hurt me. Oh.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I want to point out that I am not an electrician. I am an amateur hack and I'm just following the instructions. We're going to splice this together. I'd like to also point out that this project has taken a lot longer than it should. And part of that is because we are so far from freaking town that it makes it that much more difficult when you don't have something to get that done. So that, and I'm half idiot, so.
I don't think you're an idiot.
I just said half. We have 5 wires here that we're going to put butt splices on. There are no butt splices in the kit. The directions show you just to like twist these together. I would prefer to use the butt splices. And this is just like kind of like playing with crayons here. This is just matching the colors up.
So now you take the butt splice, give it a little pinchy pinch.
Get a little tuggy tug.
Oh, what's the black thing?
That is, no, it's gonna have to go on the other side. This is just heat shrink to give it a little extra water protection. So we'll put that on there here in a minute. All right, y'all. So Tony ran to the cabin to get us some waters and a lighter so I can do this heat shrink tubes. We're enjoying life out at the ranch in the trees, and we're doing stuff with our hands, and most importantly, we're doing it ourselves and we're not paying somebody else to do it. So fun fact for you, I'm not an electrician. I'm a little bit scared of electricity. I work with hydraulics. That doesn't shock the crap out of you when you get a little hydraulic oil on you like electricity. So but you know, 24 volts should be okay.
So you got butt splices on each one, and now you're just connecting colors.
You said butt, you silly goose.
You touched the butt.
So I'm just putting a little heat shrink on here to give it a little extra water protection.
All right, nice.
Ain't pretty, but it'll do.
So now we just do the same thing as the other one and go up through the terminal connection and connect them.
And then we're gonna feed it up. And which block does it go in, babe?
This one.
Okay, so reach in there.
You have your little screw thingy.
Yeah. Snap that out. And I'm going to go ahead and just loosen all 5 of these up.
You can see the sun is getting lower. It's taking us a little longer than we anticipated, but it's fine. We're ready to go in. Oh. This is what happens when you get tired. Dang it.
Well, I was just showing you what not to do. Pay attention to what you're doing, and this job won't take all day. It's really not been that difficult, except when it has.
Details matter.
Details, schmeetails.
So remember to thread it before you put it in the terminal.
So Tony has taken over because I made a dum-dum
Just needed a break. You're
and
good.
wired up the terminal strip without putting the cable through the grommet into the box. So had to undo it, but she's giving me a mental break.
Without my readers on, so I'm hoping that that's right. Next step is connecting the power supply. Power supply with red and yellow, red and yellow.
Okay.
These are different connectors, so we're cutting off the ends, putting new ones on so that they'll match.
I have no idea what I'm doing, but I know I'm doing it really, really well.
Look. Da-da-da-da!
All right, that's a good sign.
It is a good sign. Not a lot of room to work with right there. So the next piece is the bracket that goes over the middle, and that will be what actually connects it to the pole, right?
Yeah, with this. So this is where our solar panel is going to mount. It's going to go on this post, and that way we can adjust it up and down and turn it. I've got some clamps that'll clamp it to the post, but depending on how much wire we have will determine how high it goes. But I'm going to use these self-tapping screws and go ahead and fasten this to the pole and then try to put it on the solar panel. Yay, that one's done. Now we got to fasten it on here, which is going to be a real booger.
Good time, good time. So now we're just hooking all these panels together. Got it all connected. That'll just hold it temporarily. Now we're gonna get some black paint, paint over all that silver so it doesn't stand out as bad.
All right, y'all, this fat boy is whooped. We are running out of daylight, so we are going to have to jump back on this project in the morning. All right, so my beautiful wife came out here early this morning while I was still asleep, like at 6:15 in the morning, and started digging the trench for the ground sensor for the gate. I thought she was in for a really long bathroom break or an internet cafe on the toilet or something like that. But she's out here digging this little trench for the ground sensor for the gate opener. So that was a nice surprise. Thank you, babe.
You're welcome.
Oh, hi. Oh, that's not mine.
That's funny. So last night we dug this trench when the sun went down just because it was a little bit cooler. So now we're just covering up the pipe. So this is what has the wires from that side of the gate into the powerhouse box thing.
Powerhouse box thing.
Yeah.
That's a technical term.
It is a technical term.
All right, so we found another wire that got kind of piled up in our stuff over there. We might be able to stretch this thing over to the original spot we wanted to put it,
Oh, I say yes.
which is over here. So I think we're going to do that first,
Look at that. We're winning.
and then we'll wire this up together using a couple of butt splices.
Since we decided to utilize a pole to get it up higher, we're going to go ahead and trim this post off so it matches the height of the other ones. And that, folks, is called precision cutting.
Good enough is what that's called. Good enough.
Now you're just getting everything wrapped up.
Yeah, just getting everything kind of looking somewhat pretty instead of all these blue and yellow, or not blue, yellow and red wires. When in doubt, tie wrap it out. Thanks, babe. So we bought this pole. It's a fence post from Home Depot. It's just painted black. We bought it that way to put the solar panel on. But when I put the solar panel on, I should have wrapped up all these wires and did my wire management before I raised it up. But since I wasn't smart enough to do that, we're gonna go ahead and fix that now with the UTV as a ladder. Some mad UTV skills right there, mad.
Smooth driving right there, baby.
That's what I was telling the people.
Yeah, I'm just sure that's what you were saying.
I think my exact words were mad ATV skills.
Completely safe. Parkour! I have a habit of getting caught up in the small details that really truly in the end don't matter, but they matter to me. So these silver things that now stick out of the gate and make it ugly, we're gonna paint it black.
All right, so right now I'm just doing a little bit of cable management. Trying to make the cables look nice so everything's not hanging everywhere. They used to call me Sean the Cable Guy. Get her done!
Here and test out the remotes. We haven't done any additional programming yet. We just remote out of the box, push the buttons. So it's hitting right here when it's closed. Pretty cool though, out of the box that it just works.
Both remotes are already programmed, so that's awesome.
Pre-programmed.
We had to back off where we had adjusted it over here. We put it one hole over because we thought it was out of alignment, but it's not. We wasn't, so.
Hey, hey, hey. Good job.
It's still hitting. It's kind of a pain in the butt because I had made an adjustment over there that I really shouldn't have made. It would have been fine if I left it alone, and by doing that adjustment, when we drilled the first set of holes in the gate, they were off by like 2 inches. So I wasn't able to get the adjustment exactly where I wanted it. Once I figured out where the error in my ways was and put new holes in the gate, which one of the holes actually lined up again. So That was good. I had to waller it out a little bit, and that is a technical term, waller. Had to waller her out a little bit and made that second bolt go in there, so I only had to drill one new hole, which means I need to plug a hole with probably another bolt or something just to keep the water from going in the tube.
But then we'll just paint it black and cover it up. It's fine. It's
so
fine.
on this side, I'm going to show you how to set the limit switch. Easiest way to do this is to take your cylinder, and there's one on each one of these cylinders. Go ahead and take the pins out like so. Take your cylinder, your linear actuator out, and you're going to flip it over. Just kind of drop your pins back in there. I'm going to set those up there so I don't lose them. Okay. I'm not putting the pins back in, but this is your limit switch right here. Now it is not set from the factory. So if you need the gate to close a little different, and I've got mine lined up where I want them, which is all the way out, I need to take a Phillips screwdriver and adjust that down and tighten it out. That way my limit switch is set and it's not going to move. If you need it to not go open as far, you're going to slide this back until you get the adjustment that you need and then tighten it down. So I'm going to grab a Phillips screwdriver and go ahead and lock this one in and then flip this cylinder back over the way it goes. Hey Sean, can you throw me a Phillips screwdriver? Yeah, here it comes. Whoa, thanks Sean, appreciate it.
The heck of a guy.
Oh man, he is a big help when he's not being a jerk. It's just trying to find him when he's not being a jerk is the problem.
Not true. Maybe a little stressed monster, but not a jerk. So then you just tuck that wire back in?
Yeah, just tucking it in the groove the best I can. And now we're going to, hey Sean, here's the screwdriver back. Thanks Sean, appreciate it. I'll put it up. I'll flop this bad boy back over, little flippity flop. All right, now going forward, we have a couple of other things that we've got that are actually options to go with this Topens gate opener. One of those is a ground sensor. So what that is it actually comes on a 50-foot cable. We're going to run it underground, which Tony was kind enough to come out here this morning and get a workout in by making a little trench to bury the cable. The sensor goes 2 feet in the ground.
2 inches.
2 inches, sorry. That's what I meant.
Big difference.
This sensor goes 2 inches in the ground, and what it does is it feels the ground vibrations when a vehicle is coming, and it'll automatically trigger the gate to open when you're leaving.
So it's supposed to be 8 inches off of the driveway, so hopefully it's close enough on our drive that it senses the vibration.
And from what I understand, you can adjust the sensitivity on that a little bit, so we're going to see how this works out, because I think we're going to be maybe a little more than 8 inches off the driveway.
And luckily we have 3 solar panels, because it also says the more accessories you add, you might have to add more power.
So the only other accessories that we have added is a wireless keypad, which is going to go right out there.
All right, so exit wand for gate opener.
Here's the actual wand. It's got a little bit of weight to that bad boy. So we're going to drop it here at the end of where Tony stopped digging the trench and just see how far this 50 feet goes.
Look at that.
I think you were actually a tad bit of an overachiever.
Rock on.
So this came with a switch or a little potentiometer in here.
Solar panels definitely soaking up some sun. All right, remember to squeeze it up the hole before you connect it.
Thank you, babe.
Good. The wiring for this is a little bit wonkier, but we've counted. We'll get it.
It's not bad. You just have to start at the far left on the top, and it starts at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, then 8, 9, 10, 11, and goes all the way around. Damn near peed my pants.
All right, I got the post stain showing us adjusting the timer for the close time. Fingers crossed. Oh yeah, baby.
All right, everybody, I was a little intimidated by this project because of the wiring and the electronics and stuff. But if you follow the directions, they're laid out really nicely. Good job, Topens. I've been able to figure out everything. The wiring is easy to follow. The way the manual is very well done. We've got everything adjusted, tuned in. We've got one more thing to do. We have a wireless keypad entry to put at the gate. We're going to install that. We also bought a bracket off of Amazon. We'll put a link in the description below for that. So let's knock that out and get out of here.
Sawzall?
Saws some things.
This is just the extra bolt in the hole that we had.
Tony mismeasured, so.
I did. It's usually my fault.
At least you figured it out finally.
All right, time to make some magic.
That's it.
So much better. It just kind of blends now. Whoop, whoop. Yay! Very cool.
All right, y'all, time to program the Topens TKP3 wireless keypad.
Does it show remote control learning?
Remote control learning.
Now push the new password. It's 1,000 degrees. I'm ready to be done with this project for the weekend. That's good enough.
Huh?
Dang it. Now I have yellow screws in the black. It's fine. It's fine.
Fortunate for you, you have spray paint.
It's fine. Oh.
Looking good. Let me put the purdy piece on.
Look at that. Would you look at that?
Very nice, very nice. I just love it when a plan comes together.
I dropped my phone, broke the microphones, but that's okay. We are almost done. Sean's just putting in a few last little touches, and I think we are ready to rock and roll. All right, y'all, it is done. We are done. We're gonna see how long it takes to open up the gate. So Sean, let's open it, and then Sean has his timer going. We're gonna check it out.
All right, here we go. All right, so to completely open, that took 27.15 seconds. Let's see how long it takes to close. That took 24.61 seconds to close.
Beautiful.
So not bad. The sensor works great. The keypad works great. There is an app also for this. I haven't downloaded that and figured it out, but I do plan on playing with that and seeing what all features are in the app. And it might come in handy. This was a bit intimidating looking at some of the wiring and all the programming and stuff, guys, but I'll be honest, if you follow the instructions walk you through everything step by step. It is not as bad as what you might think it would be. I had a little anxiety going into it. It was fine. Follow the directions, the wires, put them where the directions tell you to. Step one, everything works great.
Maybe read the directions before you get started, though.
Yeah. Double check your bolts so you don't have to spend 4 hours traveling 2 different trips to get different bolts. But anyway, it worked great. Hey, if you are interested in one of these Topens gate openers, please go to the link below. Check that out, do some shopping. If you find something you like, if you use our discount code RRA, you will get 12% off your order. So go check them out, guys. We are really happy with this install. We know it could have gone a lot quicker if we would have been prepared with the right bolts and stuff. We know we could have knocked 4 hours off the installation. So anyhow, the gate opener works great. It wasn't that bad to install. Go check out Topens, and thank you, Topens, for the gate opener. We really appreciate your support. If you like this content, smash that like button and subscribe. And as always, go have an adventure of your own. Thanks for watching.
We're heading out for the weekend, and we don't even have to stand by to wrap the gate. Pretty awesome.